Okay, I want to do a quick walkthrough just to show all the features of this 2018 Ford Transit. So the fridge slides out. There's a little foot pedal here. Slides out, locks in and out, so that way if you're on an angle, you can still access everything without the fridge sliding away from you. You've got propane connection right here for your Coleman stove, which you can store in here. That way you can still use your Coleman stove out on the picnic table if you'd rather do that. Very quickly, this is the Propex controller, the thermostat, with a USB port or a cigarette plug right here for USB charging or something else, other charging if needed. There's an LED light strip underneath here, and it is controlled with this switch right here. You can also use the remote control in this drawer and change the color and brightness if you're interested in that as well. But then you can use the switch regularly once you find something you enjoy. You don't have to use the remote every time. Very quickly, the water system, just a gravity system. I wanted to use a gravity system because I didn't want to include a pump. It's January in Colorado right now. If you went camping this weekend with it using the heater, you'd be nice and warm, but Sunday night you get home and now you have to winterize your system. So in this system, to winterize it, you simply take your jug, put it back in the house, and it's winterized. There's no pump, no plumbing to clean out, no lines to drain, no pump to worry about freezing and breaking. Plus those water pumps are really annoying and loud. So got these other drawers here, nice and deep drawers, good size depth. They got metal locking hardware, all metal, no plastic. If anyone's seen RVs before, they know that these tend to break if they're plastic. These are actually adjustable too. So if it's a solid wood panel, if anything ever shifts over time, you can still tweak them and adjust them to keep all these things quiet. Got panels down here, cabinets. Here's the really simple water system draining out. Right now this table is set up in the kitchen mode, so you have an L-shaped kitchen, so you have quite a lot of space. This cabinet is 71 inches wide. This is 36 inches wide, so you have quite a bit of space to do your prep work, to do your cooking on. This is very large for a van this size to have this much space. This table also orients in a different position, in all kinds of different positions, but you can move it around so you could have dinette for two, and then when in bed mode you can pivot it around so you could tip this, drop it down, and then it would be an end table for bed use. Put your coffee in or tea in the morning or something, read your book, and charge your phone over there as well. So that has lots of different positions. You can tip it, or you can completely take it out if you wanted to, but now you've got the completely free aisleway available for changing and getting to bed and all those activities. Slide this out of the way. And the propane box, again, seating for two plus. It's a little wider than that. We've got water storage right there. We've got room for two grill-sized propane tanks. This propane box is vented through the floor. There's also a mount right there for a 1-pound propane tank, so you can use your stove on the picnic table. We have a place here for your cell phone in the evening, so you can charge it with this cigarette plug right here. All of your electrical is right there. We have a floor vent right here. So this is a factory window van, so these windows do not open other than the front. So the floor vent's necessary to bring in ventilation while you're using your MaxxAir fan to have an exhaust. So in the summertime, you could have the floor vents open. There's another one in the back corner. You could have your floor vents open and actually have some air to be pulling through the vehicle in order to exchange the air in the vehicle while you're sleeping, which would be really nice on a warmer summer night. Speaking of the MaxxAir fan, it has a thermostat in it, so it'll automatically turn the fan on or off to regulate a certain temperature in the vehicle, whether you're here or not. Really simple light switch, accessible from bed or from outside of the van or from the dining area. There's 3 lights attached right down the middle, warm LED lights, and then the one in the bedroom has an on-off switch, so if you wanted to wake up and not directly shine a light in your partner's eyes, you've got that option there. Moving up to these upper cabinets, quite a lot of space up here. There's actually a little cubby built in here for some extra storage. This is a strainer for the sink. It fits right here. And then along with this LED strip light is all the electronics for that are right here inside this little cabinet. So you can actually change those out and fix those. I've seen a lot of vans where they build those into the wall somewhere, and if it ever breaks, there's no way to repair it. This one you can actually fix it, swap it out very simply with another product, and keep on going down the road. Again, locking hardware on all of these cabinets. Take a look at this step right here. There's actually extra cargo back here. You can slip some shoes or some sandals in there, keep them out of the way so they're not a trip hazard. This front seat pivots around, actually makes quite a nice lounger when it's turned around, and it is a high-end swivel. It only raises the seat height 7/8 of an inch, so it's very useful. That way you can actually flip it around without opening the door as well. And moving on to the cargo area. The bed is 56 inches wide, 72 inches front to back, so you could definitely sleep two pretty easily. You could use a queen mattress and just cut it down just a little bit if you use a foam mattress, and make that fit really nicely. Here's the overall look. Here's the other floor vent. Here is the switch for the cargo area lights, and another cigarette plug for the other person in the bed to run their phone charger. Inside this compartment, this all pivots out. You see the electrical collection. You have two 220 amp hour batteries, so you have a 12 volt system at 440 amps. Inside here you also have the original vehicle jack, some extra storage for tow straps, jumper cables, those kind of things. That way they're not always bouncing around, they're always tucked in here and very nicely and out of the way. In this cabinet you have the Propex heater, and the vehicle was equipped with a rear air conditioner unit. So this is the exhaust for the air conditioner unit, and then the intake is in here. So in the summertime you could actually run the vehicle and cool the whole vehicle down, not just have to rely on the front unit to do that. Here's the built-in propane alarm. Super sensitive, detects a leak before you can even smell it. Here's an example of the roof struts and how they're tied to the frame of the vehicle, with the lights here as well. The entire bed can be taken out with one person in 5 minutes, including the struts. The lights are wired in to a plug, so you can unplug them once you take the top of this bed out. So you completely move the bed, get rid of it if you say you needed to move or something like that, you needed some extra space. You could very easily do that, open this thing wide open. And then from here, take a look at the solar mount. No one makes a mount that's as low profile as this. This is something Roaming Ingenuity custom made. It's 80/20 extruded aluminum that sits super low profile, as you can tell. You have 200 watts of solar up here, and there's the MaxxAir fan. And there she is.